said, no matter how sophisticated it sounds, there's three basic steps. Where are you now? Where do you want to go? And then figure out how you get there, right? So this is a little bit of the how you get there. So the first thing is to really assess your current platform and your pain points. And this is, dig in and understand why you're doing some of the process. So we brought this up in the, I don't know why I did that, is to really understand kind of where you are with your pain points. Sometimes this means even looking at current things that you're doing and saying, do we really need to do them? And we mentioned this in the last webinar. We've seen customers that as they start to face things that, changes in the platform and things like that, they start to assess it and go, there's things we don't need to do anymore that we've been doing, and some of those discussions are driven by necessity of things that are coming up. But if you start to think about your overall journey, that's a good time to really assess everything. Then really think about the future aligned with the business goals. What are you trying to chase over long term? We have customers, for instance, in the financial services industries that are thinking in terms of multi-years of where they need to be with their project and work management data and what they might need to be reporting on in the future. So what are those future business goals look like? What are the things that they've got now and think they're going to have to chase in the future? And how are they going to get there? Again, you'll hear this, sort of a broken record here, but build on the platform, Teams, Copilot, Power Platform, and then third party. And we'll talk a little bit more about third party and what partners can bring to the table when we talk about extending the platform. And then, execute in a transition. Again, it goes back to everybody was saying 80%, 80+% transition, starting with a pilot, build that core team. I know, Lester, you guys have an adoption and change management specialty, and you have certifications in that, and all of that to help customers get on board and adopted. We have likewise, but starting small and doing things and get winnable wins are always a very good way to ensure that you're going to have success long term. And then again, create a long-term roadmap that with emphasis on adoption. One of the things here is if you have this roadmap, it's amazing how often people don't necessarily do that. They kind of go after what they need to do tactically to get a solution in place. Think about the long term. If you don't do that, then you're not necessarily keeping your most strategic things in mind. You're focusing on the daily busy work and the things you need to do to report to reflect this or whatever. But really creating a roadmap for long term is really a great way to go.